a beautiful sunny day here in Gig Harbor, Washington, and I noticed that my maple tree has all of these new seed pods that are blooming and coming out. So I thought I'd do some macro photography. I got my ladder here, and I've been up in the branches photographing some of those seed pods, but there's a lot of insects up there as well. So today I'm shooting with my Nikon 105mm macro lens, and I've got my D850 today, so doing some high resolution macro shots. So what I did is I set my camera to auto ISO, set it to 1/1000th of a second shutter speed, and as the little insects are moving around, as the branches are moving around, that'll ensure that I get a nice crisp image. Also, because my focal length is pretty long at 105mm, I've turned my VR on, so my vibration reduction. So, you know, I've got the vibration reduction working for me, I've got the fast shutter speed working for me. It is really bright and sunny, so the contrast is a little bit too intense for me. Maybe some clouds will, some little overcast will come over in a little bit to soften down the harshness of the light. Let's head up the ladder and let me show you what I'm looking at. So these are the seed pods. They're very cool. And you can see the maple seed pod helicopters are starting to form. That's pretty cool. And then over here, I've got a little ladybug. There's also a bunch of other little small insects. I'm not sure what they are. They're kind of long and skinny. I'm gonna do a little bit of research in a few minutes to figure out what kind of insects they are. I just found one of these gigantic bumblebees. These things are huge. They're like almost an inch long, and they're just sitting up here in the branches kind of resting. I'm not sure exactly what they're doing. The downside is that they're all pointing away from me and I can't get them to turn towards me. Every time I try to get an image of them, they turn around and they look away. Kind of like wildlife on the Serengeti, rather bees here in Gig Harbor. I can't not take a photo of these. This is a cherry tree here and the blooms are out, so I've got to get some images of that before the blooms blow off this week. All right, so there you have it. Mike Hagen up in the trees taking photos of flowers and maple tree seed pods and bees and insects, all with my 105mm Nikon macro lens. So I encourage you to get outside, do the same thing. What can you find in your backyard?